In this grade 12 business studies video, we are looking at the September preparatory paper 1 exam scope. So in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to look at all the topics that are going to be included in your paper 1, meaning that the topics that you need to study and be prepared for if you're going to be ready for your paper 1. But we're also going to look into what are some of the things that you need to prioritize within those topics for you to be ready. For business studies paper 1 as well as paper 2, we also have cheat sheets. The cheat sheets are basically the more in-depth scope. So if you're interested in a more in-depth scope, what you need is the cheat sheets. These cheat sheets are perfect for your preparatory examinations as well as your final examinations. So if you need to prepare for these two tests, the cheat sheets are exactly what you need, and all you have to do is email me on the subject line, write cheat sheet. The first main topic for your paper 1 is going to be business environments. Under business environments, we have 3 topics that you're going to need to make sure that you are comfortable with before you walk into the examination room. The first of those topics is legislation. With legislation, we are looking at all the legislative acts. You have to make sure that you are prepared for either one of these upcoming ones. What I would want to do, if you want to eliminate some, is to look back at your June test as well as your March test, look at what appeared, and then try to study prioritizing those that haven't been tested yet first, and then you can add in some for when they will appear here and there in your section A and in your section B. And what you need to study within this legislative acts for you to be able to answer the questions that will come, those are some of the things that you will find in the cheat sheets. So if you have the cheat sheets, we also go through what are some of the things that you need to study within this legislative acts for you to be able to answer the questions that follow, and which ones end up being a good question for your essay questions. So if you need that, I do highly recommend the cheat sheets for such things. But this is the list of all legislative acts. There's 9 of them. You need to be comfortable with them. Then the second topic is the business strategies. Within the business strategies, you have to make sure that you know and understand the steps in developing a strategy. You also know the strategic management process. So it's also like the whole circle on developing a strategy. Then you have the application of the analysis tools. With analysis tools, we are talking about the source and the SWOT analysis. We are talking about the Potter's 5 forces model. We are also talking about the pestle analysis. All of these 3, you need to make sure that you know how to do, or how to analyze using SWOT, how to analyze using pestle, and how to apply the Potter's 5 forces model and what goes under it. We have already on this channel, from at the beginning of the year, we already did a video on all of these topics, that is the legislation as well as the business strategies. So if you're not familiar, or if you have forgotten, those videos can serve as a quick reminder of what goes under each and every single one of these things. The next most important thing that you need to make sure that you study under this topic is the types of business strategies. So make sure that you are covered with your types of different business strategies and the advantage of each of those business strategies, and then you will end your studying with the steps in strategy evaluation, which is another important topic under this topic of business strategies. Then the last topic that falls under the main topic of business environments is actually business sectors and their environments. So this is a very short topic. Usually it's found in section A and in section B. We don't usually have an essay question that will come out of this topic, but what they usually like to test it in is in section B. And what they do test is you need to be comfortable with your types of business sectors, you need to be comfortable with your types of business environments. So we have 3 business sectors, we also have 3 business environments that you need to know. You need to be able to classify different challenges according to business environments. So when we give you a challenge, you need to be identified to which business environment does this specific problem belong to, and then you will end everything with a control over each environment. The second main topic that falls in your paper one is the business operations. Business operation is a nice topic in that it only has two topics that fall within it. That is the two subtopics that fall within the topic of business operations, and that is the human resource function as well as the quality of performance. So when you study the human resource functions, what are the things that you need to make sure that you are comfortable with? Starting, you need to make sure that you are comfortable with the recruitment procedure, everything that has to do with recruitment. Do the same thing with the selection procedure, and then you also have to know the induction procedure and the placement procedure. And there are also other things that fall within these different procedures that you need to make sure that you do cover. Those are some of the things, again, that we cover in the cheat sheet. So if you're interested in that, remember, all you have to do is simply shoot me an email. And then while we are in the topic of human resources, you also need to make sure that you understand and study the salary determination. So what goes into determining somebody's salary? You also, when you are discussing the salary determination as part of a salary, we then get to the topic of fringe benefits as well as the PACs. So these are the benefits, some of the benefits that comes in addition to your salary, and then you will end everything with the implications of the legislative acts on the human resource function. Then you get to quality of performance. With quality of performance, the first thing that you need to look into and make sure that you are comfortable with, you have taken your notes in, and you are prepared for is the benefits of quality management systems. So you need to know what are the benefits of quality management systems. By the way, I hope it goes without saying that for all of these topics, you will start with the definition of concepts. So even for this topic, you will also start with the definition of the concepts that fall within this topic. Then you will continue to the contribution of quality of performance to the success and failure of a business, which can make a good essay question as well. Then from there, we have quality indicators of each business function, the meaning of TQM, the impact of the 5 TQM elements. Impact, we're talking about both the advantages and disadvantages, and then you will end everything else with ways in which TQM can reduce the cost of quality. Have YouTube recommend you more of my videos, be sure to click the like button and subscribe to the channel, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below.